Servus Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. Local time is 11 p.m. right now in Germany on the 23rd of February, and I want to present to you the preliminary results from our federal election, the election for the German Bundestag that was held today. Preliminary because not all votes have been counted as of now as I'm making this video, but nevertheless I want to give you a update because you can already see certain trends and I don't think much will change, but there is one result, one part of the result, namely the Bündnis Sarah Wagenknecht that is in one of the predictions they are at 5%, 5.0 actually. In the other set of predictions of another broadcasting channel, it is at 4.9%, and that would make a huge difference for the potential, for the options that Friedrich Merz of the CDU, who won the elections, has on future coalitions. So let's jump right into the results. We see that the Union, which is the CDU-CSU parties, they scored a little lower than was previously expected. They were said to have 30 plus, but now they have just 28.5. And the AfD, well, they come in clearly second at over 20% right now. That means they have roughly doubled their result with respect to the last election. That is, of course, in and of itself a huge success for the Alternative for Germany, but it is not enough to turn around the general direction of politics in Germany. It is not enough to bring about the much needed remigration policy that Germany needs, that Europe needs in order to survive, because they stand completely alone. But that might change within the next years, who knows. Social Democrats have their worst result almost ever, I think, 16.5%. That is a huge loss for the Social Democrats. The Green Party, they lost a little bit. They stayed almost the same, which is remarkable given their disastrous track record here in Germany. And the surprise winner is the party Die Linke, the Communist Party that is the direct follow-up party to the Socialist Union Party of Eastern Germany, 8.7%. That is a huge win for them because they were said to be not even in parliament, so below 5% just a couple of weeks ago. The FDP is by now, I would say, clearly out of parliament. They're below 5%, and their head, Christian Lindner, already announced that he will withdraw from politics altogether. Well, he is a rich guy, so I'm sure he will survive it. But the BSW, the Bündnis Sarah Wagenknecht, in English that is something like Alliance Sarah Wagenknecht, here shown at 5.0%. As I said, on the other data set, they only score 4.9%. And as you see, the difference that practically makes is that a two-party coalition between the SPD and the Union is possible if the BSW does not make it into parliament, because their 5% of the votes will be redistributed among the parties that made it into parliament, and which results in that option, that possible coalition becoming a majority. With the Green Party, it doesn't work in any case, so the only stable mathematically stable two-party coalition would be union parties and AfD. But if the BSW, as I said, if they fall below 4.9%, then we would get pretty sure a coalition between the Union and the Social Democrats. So even though they are the big loser of this election, they would still make it into the next government, which is just insane, but that is Germany. That is the politics of the firewall, of the Brandmauer that is dominating the mainstream German parties right now. And to tell you the truth, I actually want to see tomorrow morning that BSW made it into parliament, because I want that the future coalition that Mr. Merz will be forging with his absolutely despicable leftist allies, that this will be as brittle and as tension ridden and as awkward and uncomfortable as possible for these mainstream politicians, for these people that have no problem with Germans being butchered on the street in broad daylight, even little kids, and they don't care whatsoever. They want to see us dead, and they already have blood on their hands, thousands of victims over the years, and they don't care. And this is why I want them to fail, obviously. And this is my prediction anyway. It would just be more awkward, but even if he goes together with the SPD, he will have a tiny, tiny, thin margin for his majority. And with many controversial things, many controversial laws, coming up, many decisions that are very polarizing. I think even though he mathematically has or holds a majority with his SPD Union Party coalition in the Bundestag, he cannot be sure that his laws will pass. And then, if these laws, let's assume, are a little more tending towards the direction of remigration, he will have the vote of the AfD. And then the SPD government or Union SPD government would be voting in parliament together with the AfD. Yeah, absolutely unthinkable for the left right now. And if he doesn't implement any changes that make it more difficult or more severe for migrants to come here, to stay here, whatever, then he will lose basically half of his own voters, because he made them believe, these normies, these naive normies, he made them believe that he actually cares, as I explained in a past video, and then he will just lose those voters as well in the future. So whatever happens now, it will be a very fragile coalition, maybe because they will all be paid a lot of money. The politicians want to form that government and they want to stay together, but no matter what they do, their voting base will not forgive them. And my prediction is the AfD will only grow stronger. And as Frau Weidel of the AfD has already said, this next government might not or will not hold as long as the last one, which didn't complete the full term. We had snap elections, early elections, remember? So of course I will present to you the full analysis once we have an official result, maybe tomorrow. I don't know for how long they still try to creatively count so that the BSW doesn't make it into parliament. I think that's what they like to see. But I give you the full analysis then once the final result is there. But I can already tell you it was a huge win for the AfD. The AfD is the winner, but at the same time, and I have to tell you, I mean, a couple of years ago, I would have thought it is like a dream come true to see the AfD on the federal level at over 20%. But with all that has been happening in the meantime, with the extreme danger for European people now in Europe, I think we run out of time. This is too little, too late. I do believe that this election is, or the result is more or less legit what we see here. I don't think there is major scale tampering going on with the election result, as especially foreigners always try to insinuate. I know exactly what kind of manipulations are being done in Germany, and they are relatively small scale. They cannot make a difference of 10 or 20% or something. It's more like 2 or 3%. That might be the margin for manipulation, but it's not above that. No way. If you talk to Germans, they are really that naive. They're really that brainwashed. And they really believe all that crap that the TV tells them. So I mean, I believe these results. Especially in the West, people are really that naive. They don't see that we live in a country that is not really a democracy anymore and that goes into a very, very dark direction. But I guess this election was the last chance to technically bring things around, and it didn't work. But, well, as I said, The AfD will get stronger, Germany will suffer more, the industry will deteriorate, things will get very dangerous very soon, I guess, especially with foreign actors doing their thing here in Germany. And let's see if we will have new elections in 2 years, in 1 year, in 3 years, I don't know. But the AfD will only grow stronger. If that is a white pill, I don't know. But for Germans, it will become dangerous here. For Europeans, it will become dangerous here. It is a tragedy that things have to get really worse, really bad, before people actually see the danger and see the predicament that they are in. That is very sad, but well, we have to face reality. That is apparently how humans are. Anyway, I want to leave it at that now. More analysis coming up soon. Servus, Kameraden.